everyone, it's Mary, and today I'm bringing you part 1 of my birthday book haul. I am very excited to share with you the books that I got for my birthday because for once in my life, people around me listen to me when I ask them, please buy me books for my birthday. And I provided them with my wish list on the book depository, and so they did. I received so many books that I had to split these haul in two because I think I got something like 18 books because I also bought like 2 or 3 books for myself as well. In this first half, I'm just going to talk about the books that my husband got me, and this is very funny actually because he doesn't speak a word of English. So, you know, the entire website is in English, even, you know, the purchase process. He just told me that he chose books for their covers. So we have total cover buys here, although they're all books that I wanted to read, so it's alright. And it was actually very fun to discover which covers he liked the most. The first book that I'm going to talk about is the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm pretty sure I have mentioned this previously on this channel, but I am a massive Tolkien fan, and it's been a while though since I looked at his work, because when I read The Lord of the Rings I was extremely young. I still cannot believe how that book impacted on me, even, you know, being that young, all the things that I got from that book. The Lord of the Rings left such an impression on me that I wanted to check out all of J.R.R. Tolkien's books. And I kind of bought some of them, of course, in Italian because I was very young and I couldn't read in English. And I have the Silmarillion on my shelves. Never tried to read it because I know that it's, you know, it's a very dense and hard book to go through. But I'm really willing to give it a chance, and of course now that I have it in the original language. On the same kind of note, we have Unfinished Tales by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this was published after his death. And it is edited by his son Christopher Tolkien, and again another book that I never read and that I'm meaning to read. And what I really want to do, possibly in January, is to reread The Lord of the Rings, just because, yeah, it's been like something like 16 years since I read it, and now that I am an adult, I'm very curious to know, you know, what I think of it and if my feelings still remain the same. This is a collection of stories that are all revolving around Middle-earth. It's really in the same kind of universe of the other books that I mentioned. And yeah, so I guess I'll have to get to Tolkien very soon. I miss him, actually. The next book that I got is a book that I've seen around on BookTube on quite a lot of channels, and it is Miss Buncle's book by D.E. Stevenson. And this book is actually pretty old because it was written in 1936, and I'm very curious to check this out because it seems like all the people that read it really enjoy it. This is the story of Miss Buncle, and she is not living in a very ideal economical situation, so she decides that since she loves writing, she would write stories, and she draws inspiration from her neighbors, her in real life neighbors. So she writes under a pseudonym, I think that is the right pronunciation of it. What happens is that the things that she writes actually start to happen in real life. At least that's what I got from it. So it's supposed to be very funny and just a very light read, so I'm very excited to get to this one. The next book is a fairly new book that I've never seen anybody talk about, but Simon from Savage Reads. I saw him review this book on Goodreads, and he gave it 5 stars, and I read the synopsis and I was very intrigued by it, so I put it in my wish list, and here we have it. And this is Sugar Money by Jane Harris. So I never read any Jane Harris, although this is the 3rd novel that she wrote, and it is based off of a true story, and it talks about slavery. And I know that the protagonist of the book, or maybe the protagonists, are young children, young siblings, I believe. This talks about their journey to like return home while they try to save people from slavery. Just a very general synopsis here, but I don't really want to know more than that. I just feel like it's going to be a great adventure. story, and yeah, this really convinced me. So this book I've seen again talked about on another channel, and it's Rincey from Rincey Reads. I'm just going to leave links to all of these wonderful people down below, but this is Orhan's Inheritance, and I think she gave it 4 stars, but the review that she gave of it was really convincing to me. This is set in Turkey and Armenia, I believe, and Orhan's grandfather dies and he inherits his business of rugs. Basically, he sold rugs, but he doesn't inherit the family estate that goes to an old woman in a retirement home in Los Angeles, and he really wants to know why is that. So this is the story of him just trying to figure out this matter, and other things unfold on the way. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this book, but Rincey was very convincing, and I have high hopes for this one. So the next book I'm very excited to have gotten, because I actually put in my wish list all of his works. I'm talking about Kazuo Ishiguro, and I only read Never Let Me Go by him. Really enjoyed it. I just only hear praise about him, and I just decided that I wanted to check out all of his works, given the fact that he also won the Nobel Prize for Literature this year. The book that my husband got me is The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro, and this one is actually my top priority of his books that I wanted to check out. So I don't know how he did this, but he got me the right one, and I don't really know a lot about it. I just know that it is set in the 50s, and it talks about a butler and a journey that he takes both, into the countryside and into his past. So I don't want to know more. I usually don't really want to know a lot of details about books before going into them. I'm hoping this one is very good. I've only heard praise about this. So again, I am very excited to get to this one. The next book is a non-fiction book, and I've seen it talked a lot around BookTube, and I was very excited to actually finally, get my hands on it. But then I did something that I shouldn't have, which means that I read just general Goodreads reviews, and yeah, it kind of just, of course I will have to form my own opinion, but from what I've read, I'm less excited than I was before to read this book. Anyway, the book is The Soul of an Octopus by Montgomery. I think it's C, I don't know. And yes, this is a non-fiction book, and it talks about octopuses. And the author is very fascinated with octopuses. She kind of studies them, and she forms a relationship with some of them. From books like this one, I really want facts stated here. I hope to know more about octopuses and just their character, their behavior. I really hope that despite the reviews that I read, I'm going to enjoy this one. So I'm definitely giving it a go because the premise is very interesting, and I've heard people that I trust actually, review this very positively. So I really hope that I'm going to enjoy this one. Okay, I have the last 3 books that are all 3 graphic novels, and they're so beautiful. I know that he got these books for their cover, and oh so well he did. But the first one is The Fox and the Star by Coralie Bickford-Smith. Coralie. I would say Coralie, but I apologize if that is not right. Anyway, this book is so gorgeous, and yeah, it just talks about a fox and a star and what happens when the star goes away and leaves Fox just all alone in the darkness, basically. And yeah, it's supposed to be a very quick read, and the art is just stunning. That's really the most important thing about this. Very pretty. And I was so happy to have gotten this one, but then I saw that the second one was there as well, and I was even, happier. And this is The Worm and the Bird, also by Coralie Bickford-Smith. It is so gorgeous. Again, so beautiful. I'm so happy. I don't actually know a lot about the story of this, but I'm thinking it has to do with the relationship of the bird and the worm. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I cannot wait to read this. And I don't know why, but they give me well, kind of autumnal vibes, but also, you know, during Christmas, that I have, you know, my Christmas holidays, I think I will be able to get to them and read them both. And the last one is another book that I was very excited to be getting, and I actually talked about this book on my previous video on this channel, and the book is The Arrival by Shaun Tan, and oh my god, it doesn't even fit into the frame. It's so big. But yes, I asked him actually, because I talked about this book to him, and I told him that I really wanted to read it and that he would be able to read it as well, because this is a silent graphic novel. And I also asked him, did you remember that I talked to you about this book? And he was like, no, I don't remember at all. So this was just chance, but I'm so happy that he got this one. It is a kind of a refugee story, I think, and the art is just stunning. And the fact that it doesn't have any words in it is just very interesting to me, and I really want to see, you know, how this format works. And I'm just going to show you some of the illustrations inside. It's just stunning. I read nothing but great things about this, just very good reviews. And so I'm very, very excited to get to this one. That was it. No, actually no, because he got me another book that I'm going to put a picture here. He told me this book hasn't arrived yet, and I was like, that is because it is not out yet in paperback, and that was the format that I put into my wish list. And he didn't realize that he clicked pre-order instead of order. So yeah, I'm going to get this book in March. So I will definitely be talking about that, you know, when I get it, and I can, you know, look more into it. But yeah, he got me this one as well. And yes, so that was it for my first part. I feel like this video is very long. I hope it is not too long, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my part 2 of this haul. And please let me know, of course, if you read any of these books, and you know, which one do you think I should get to first. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye!